A very good afternoon and welcome to yet another edition of the Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team this afternoon, I'm Abdin. We start off with a look at your headlines.
Newsfirst headline.
In headlines, ballot boxes transportation underway for Elpitiya Pradeshiya Sabha elections. Sri Lanka's health proposal gains $17 million funding. Israel kills 3 journalists in South Lebanon new massacre in Gaza. And in sports, Western Australia lose 8 for 1, all out for 53. Webster takes 6 for 17. And now to those stories in detail. The transportation of ballot boxes and election officials for tomorrow's Elpitiya Pradeshiya Sabha elections commenced this morning. A Galle District Returning Officer W.A. Dharmasiri confirmed that the ballot boxes will be delivered to 48 polling stations with police protection. And shifting your attention towards more local news. A proposal by Sri Lanka has been selected for a $17 million grant, said the World Health Organization. Now, Sri Lanka's comprehensive proposal, One Vision, One Shield, Sri Lanka's integrated One Health pandemic preparedness and response, has been awarded a $17 million grant in the Pandemic Fund's second round of funding allocations. This proposal was developed with the support of 5 key implementing agencies: the Food and Agriculture Organization, the Asian Development Bank, the World Bank, the World Health Organization and UNICEF, in collaboration with One Health stakeholders Sri Lanka. The grant will be distributed over a 3-year period starting in January 2025. It aims to implement the recommendations from Sri Lanka's most recent external evaluation and the subsequent National Action Plan for Health Security. The focus areas include enhancing surveillance, laboratory capacities and the health workforce. Now, in addition to this grant, Sri Lanka is also a beneficiary of a multi-country proposal submitted for the WHO Southeast Asia region. The second round of the Pandemic Fund grant allocations, announced on the 18th October 2024, aims to bolster pandemic prevention, preparedness and response capacities in 40 countries across 6 geographical regions. To date, the 2 rounds of funding total of $885 million, mobilizing an additional $6 billion in support of 75 countries, half of which are low and middle income countries. The Pandemic Fund provides a dedicated stream of additional long-term financing to strengthen critical pandemic prevention, preparedness and response capabilities in low and middle income countries through investments and technical support at the national, regional and global levels. Now, the Pandemic Fund aligns with the Health Emergency Prevention, Preparedness, Response and Resilience Framework of the World Health Organization under the financing arm, providing catalytic financing to transform national HEPR capacities. Now, these investments which target gaps in surveillance, laboratory capacity, risk communication, zoonotic diseases, risk management and more, will help avert the much longer costs that the world would incur in a future pandemic. And up next is international news.
International news.
In news overseas, Gaza's civil defense has warned of mass casualties after the Israeli military blew up a dozen residential buildings in northern Gaza's Jabalia refugee camp in an attack described as a major massacre. Now, 3 journalists covering Israel's war on Lebanon have been killed in an apparent targeted Israeli strike on their accommodation in Lebanon's southern Hasbaya area. And up next is your update on sports.
Sports news.
And in sports, Western Australia lost an incredible 8 for 1 with their one run coming from a wide in a batting collapse for the ages that has left their One Day Cup defence in tatters. They were bowled out for 53 in 20.1 overs at the Waka ground against a rampant Tasmania attack led superbly by Bill Webster, who took 6 of 17 of 6 overs. Now, it was the second lowest score in One Day Cup history, only narrowly bettering the 51 posted by South Australia against Tasmania in Herbert in 2003. And with that, we wrap up this edition of the Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the News First team, I've been Shadabdin. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.